how the condition of the security situation we are into now. Now I'm talking to you, Governor, because I begin to see you as one that want to actually work with the grassroots. Now my advice this morning, I'm not making this video because I'm the best advisor, but I'm making this video because I know that when you fail to do things you ought to do, to make sure you carry the people along. And once you make that mistake, it's going to be very difficult for you to correct. And what is that mistake? People are now shouting, oh, Governor. And those who are telling you to do that, roll out ammo tank on Monday. Make sure sit at home. Every Monday, sit at home, stop. Make sure this one do. Roll out army, roll out police. Let me tell you, sir. When you succeeded doing that, it will come to a point when the issue of police and army, soldier being on the streets, navy, will be affecting the common man. By so doing, you begin to create what is called enmity between your governance and the people you have come into the power to rule. And this is what the problem that Imo State Governor is facing today. I am on ground. I cannot deny the fact that I don't know what is happening. I cannot deny the fact that I'm not seeing what is happening in Anambra. Yes, I do my business in Anambra. I live in Anambra. I run through the whole state in the eastern region. I visit Enugu. I visit Owerri. I go to Abia State. I go to Ebonyi. I visit Port Harcourt. I see and we begin to experience different kind of things when it has to do with security. Now, if you're on this platform, I will want you to touch this program to that Soludo TV, touch it to people, to different platforms they need to hear. Your Excellency, this video is particularly for you. I might not be worthy to give you advice on this area, but I want you to listen to me. Because most of the times, good advice may not come from those men who you so believe that they have the security architecture. No, they might be seeing it from another wrong direction or perspective. But I'm speaking as one that has lived in Anambra, that everything I'm doing, I have an establishment in Anambra. And I want to tell you, Mr. Governor, you must make a proper consultation within the state to enable you see or know the root cause of whatsoever issue that the state is going through now. Now, when you find out this, it will help you to know the foundation that you are working on. You don't just come up and begin to weed on the surface without going to the root to tackle what is bringing up the weed. Now, number one, you know, when you come to Anambra, everybody believes that Anambra is the father of the eastern region. And by the virtue of Ikemba Odumegwu Ojukwu coming from Anambra, and we know we have sons and daughters, Chinua Achebe, a whole lot of people has been on this struggle of liberating Igbo race, of liberating the people of the eastern region. A lot of people have been on this struggle. I will talk about the lives of Okadibo them, Chinua Achebe. They will talk about the lives of many of them will talk about Odumegwu Ojukwu and go. Now you will agree with me that Anambra shouldn't be a state that we should allow to suffer what Imo State is suffering today. That is why I am calling on you to tread carefully. Anambra is not just a state, but Anambra is a pillar that is holding the eastern region. Any mistake made on this Anambra, on this soil, this state, will affect every other state in East here, and it's not going to end well. So, Mr. Governor, don't just roll out army, roll out wisdom. Don't just roll out police, roll out knowledge. Mr. Governor, listen to me. In this particular issue, don't just roll out security personnel. I want you to roll out wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to handle the issue that have to do with Anambra as a state. Roll out wisdom. Roll out wisdom. Don't just come up and begin to roll out security personnel, army with armor tank. No, Mr. President, Mr. Governor. Roll out wisdom so that it will enable you to come up with a lasting solution to every issue that you have met as a governor now. Obiano has been there. He could not make good use to the fact that Anambra stands to be a state that when they do things right, every other eastern state will follow suit. He did not make good use of his time as a governor, a sitting governor in Anambra State, to actually affect the other state in Eastern region. He couldn't do that because he failed to roll out wisdom. He failed to roll out knowledge. Now, at this point, how will this knowledge come, Mr. Governor? Yes, out of passion. The first place, even while you were doing your campaign, you said once you are elected as a governor, that you are going to start your work, that your first visit will be in Oboko. You did that and everybody applauded you on that. Now, let me tell you, Mr. Governor, there is a lot of challenge in Anambra in the Eastern region that most of us who happen to be in the state believe that you got to play a very smart and a wonderful role. Let me take you back. The time you make a call, the call you make, which is called Inzu Call Umuna, posterity will always remember you on that note. You call the sons and daughters of all the Igbos. Part of Tommy, them from Delta State, men who believe in the sovereignty of Igbo race. We are all together with you in that Inzu Call Umuna. You guys made a deliberation, and we believe that deliberation was part of what led to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was 2017. And the federal government had also made it a very terrible mistake by rearresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now there is a position that has been given to you as a governor. I think you have a better position now to play another major role in making the people know that you are actually with them. Now, one of the reasons why you are elected to be the governor of Anambra State is not actually to receive allocation from Abuja. No, that is not one of the major things. One of the major reasons why you are in that orca is to actually make the people who owns the land feel the impact of their land. Let them see the impact of their land. Let them be relevant in their own land. Mr. Governor, make the Anambarians to feel at home in Anambra. You can attest to it. With flag in their hand, they are being shot with gun, they are being killed. At that particular moment, we don't know anything like unknown gunmen. We have not seen people on the street harassing people with gun. We have not seen on anything like unknown gunmen carrying cutlass or gun. If you are in the states of Anambra, 2015, 2016, 2017, both in Delta State, you will agree that we don't know anything that is unknown gunmen. It is when men who were coming out to protest on the street are being killed by the security personnel that men now begin to take another decision, another step. And that is what has given birth to what we are seeing today as an unknown gunmen. So that issue must be addressed. Now, when people say, okay, now we can't protest anymore, and the only way to protest is to sit at home, because if we should come outside with our flag, remember then, when people were going out to protest, they allow us to go to our business places, we'll open our shop, we'll open our market, we'll do everything, they will begin to sing. They were not disturbing market people, they were not disturbing transporters. But it comes to a point that security personnel, out of ignorance of the, those leaders then, instead of taking up a diplomacy, a carefully, diagnosed and digested wisdom to know how to handle this issue, what did they do? They began to use force on men and women that were only going out for peaceful demonstration. It is when they begin to crack down on these men and women that gave birth to what you see today. And they decided we are not going to be going outside again to protest, because each time we came up to protest with our placard, we are being shot at. So instead of us being shot at, let the protest be sit at home, let everybody remain indoors. This is what gave birth to this issue of sit at home. You cannot cover it. So I'm calling on the governor of Anambra State, in the person of Soludo, His Excellency. You are not part of the trouble that troubled the state now, but you inherited part of it now. By the virtue of you becoming a governor, you have inherited all the trouble that troubled the state. So my advice to you this morning or now is that use every power you have to roll out wisdom. Instead of rolling out gun just like your previous, just like your the previous governor that you taking over from, just like the one that is happening in Imo State, instead of you to roll out gun, I will advise that you roll out wisdom. There can be a consultation that will be made. All these things will be over. Hello, you know there is a call that the people are making now. And you can't say that you don't have your ear, you are not listening to their cry, you don't know what they are demanding for, you don't know what they are saying. Now, because you have heard their voice, there should be wisdom on how to address whatsoever their grievances is. And that is what makes you a leader. And that